Hatshepsut had created a regency council. Whenever someone succeeds to the throne, in most historical instances, they say a child under the age of 18 cannot govern, but he is the king, and so there is a regency council that runs the state and governs and advises and tells him what to sign and so on until he reaches the age of maturity, which may be 18, 19, 21, depending on the particular place. And Hatshepsut was the chairwoman. She was the head of the regency council. So she was now ruling the state. And she had certain functions. And one of her primary jobs was to see to it that the king was crowned. She had to see to it that the son of the king would go through a coronation and he would become Pharaoh. Even if he was Pharaoh at the age of 9, he was 9 years old at the time. Nevertheless, by conferring upon him the crown and making him Pharaoh, he already had greater influence because, you know, you're looking forward to the time when he will take over the government. However, to arrange for the coronation was not a simple thing. Remember, a coronation has to take place in a ceremonial setting. Even as simple a ceremony as the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II was a very elaborate thing, a very elaborate program. And not only that, the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Reverend Geoffrey Francis Fisher, in his beautiful voice says, "And now, Elizabeth, I anoint thee with the oil of royalty, just as Zadok the high priest anointed Solomon and made him king of Israel." 1000 BC, 950 BC. But nevertheless, that tradition, that this is derivative from ancient royalty. The Egyptians were not less ceremonial and not less imbued with a sense of religious significance in the coronation. So the coronation involves many things. One of them was that the priests have to be consulted, and the priests have to find out what's the appropriate time. What is the best time? This depends on many things. Depends on astrology, the positions of the stars. Depends on the entrails of the animals that are slaughtered. You have to read them and go through this process that they call hepatoscopy, that is looking in the liver and figuring out what the meaning of the lumps and so on. It's a very elaborate thing. And the next thing has to be done is they have to consult the oracle of the god Ammon. The god Ammon had an oracle. In Egypt, the oracle of Ammon was in the desert, some 300 or 400 miles west of Memphis. It so happened that there was no appropriate date for the coronation of the boy for a while. Somehow, Hatshepsut had enough good fortune or influence on the priests and the horoscopists, and his coronation was deferred, postponed, postponed, postponed for 4 years. In the 4th year, the priests came back from the oracle and said, God Ammon has declared that Hatshepsut is Pharaoh of Egypt. She became Pharaoh of Egypt. That's what the priests told the world. That's what the priests said that the oracle of the god had said. And so after 4 years after the death of Tutmose II, Hatshepsut was crowned as Pharaoh of Egypt. The coronation ceremony, by the way, is recorded. We have a record of it. And when the priests are talking to her in Egyptian and in Hebrew and in Arabic, when you address a person, the verb form is either masculine or feminine. So let's say in English, if I say something to you or to you, it's the same. In Hebrew, I speak to you as Adoni, I speak to you as Gvirti. Different words, different grammatical forms. In the coronation ceremony of Hatshepsut, all the grammatical forms are masculine. I mean, she is a king. She is Pharaoh. She assumes the throne, she assumes the crown, and now she is in complete control of Egypt.